Here with Neil Pessin, winning trainer of Bell's the One, and Neil, great effort here, particularly without much speed in the race, for her to overcome it as a closer and still win fairly comfortably.
Yeah, you know, it was a little nerve-wracking before the race because of the only one speed horse. You're afraid they're going to hold on and not back up at all. But when they broke and she was within striking distance, I felt pretty comfortable the whole race.
And she packs such a wallop when she comes down the lane and is so successful here at Churchill Downs. I know you mentioned that you think she can run anywhere. It's just so much that this is one of her home tracks.
Correct. I mean, she's won almost every track we've taken her to. You know, Keeneland, Saratoga, Arlington Park, Fairgrounds, Churchill. You know, wherever we go, she shows up.
And now the plan is to weigh how she comes out of this race and then decide on whether to run in the Thoroughbred Club.
Yeah, last year we ran in both, and she came out. I hadn't really planned on running in this race until after the last race, and she came back and she was so good that I was scared to wait another 3 weeks, to be honest with you. And if she comes out of it the same way, we'll run back in the Thoroughbred Club and then the Breeders' Cup. If not, we'll skip it and go straight to the Breeders' Cup.
Neil, I know last year you decided to pass it when it was out in California. This time it's a bit of a home game at Keeneland.
Well, if it had been on the East Coast, I'd have run in it. You know, we'd put her on a van and gone. But she's a very high-strung filly, and shipping 2 hours to put her in a crate and none of your help could go wasn't ideal for me, for her. If it had been another horse, you know, we'd have considered going. But with her, it wasn't worth taking the shot. And they had a race here a week after the Breeders' Cup, which we won. And if we'd have run second in the Breeders' Cup, we made more money staying here. So, but for her best interest, it was better not to put her in a crate with two other horses and no help there.
What about her form this year? Assess her relative to last year. Obviously, she's on a bit of a roll now, 2 in a row.
She's been better this year than she has last year. Every time she's gotten beat's been human error. Her first 3 races, maybe moved a little too soon in the Madison, and a horse come up on her outside, which she likes being on the outside.
Yeah.
And the Derby City, I misread her. That was on me. She didn't come out of the Madison really sharp, but she was good the 2 weeks before, so I went ahead and ran her. And I think she ran dull, and that was my fault. And the third race, she went to the inside, which is where she doesn't like to be. And the last 2, she's come outside, and she's won both pretty handily.
How big was it for you that the owners did keep her in training another year?
Oh, well, Mr. Lothenbach's great to train for, and he pretty much listens to what we have to say and lets us kind of do our own thing with him. And I think this will probably be her last year. She's nothing wrong with her, but she's 6 going on 7, and she's done enough for us that I think it's time to give her a little break.
It'd be a great way to end her career in the Breeders' Cup at one of her hometown tracks.
Yes, it would. It'd be absolutely wonderful.
A length and a half last time you were second, this time a half a length, but whatever you're.
Well, I mean, it's called horse racing for a reason. You know, I want to compete against the best, and we're doing that right now. And we're closing up the gap. You know, maybe the next one we might be in front of her. It's what we live for. You know, we train for it. The horses love it. Our jockeys want to win. I want to win. Our owners want to compete. We're getting closer to our goals.
Are you thinking about the Breeders' Cup?
Absolutely. No, yeah. You know, you have to think about it when you're running against the top fillies. You know, and then, you know, get the TCA coming up at Keeneland. So it's also an option right now. She ran a huge race, big effort. Reylu did a fantastic job being only a 3-horse race. That could be very tricky for a rider and a horse itself. You know, you're alone. You know, you're waiting for competition. Maybe sometimes you need a little bit of push. Today, I think she had a great opportunity today, and we just got to be a better horse.